I see you live. I should mute you. I was just streaming SS on Zelda Dungeon. Do you even know what you're talking about, LG?
Does he ever? Hey LG. Hey LG. Hey everyone. That's Rockman. And Song is here.
No, I'm not.
Knowing nothing about
I'm a
these
ghost.
games as usual. Although we just watched Cobra play this game the other day. Hey Buck. Eating dinner, I watched this show called Time After Time. It's about H.G. Wells and Jack the Ripper. They were in war. They went back in time to World War One, not World War II, World War One.
Great War, the war to end all wars.
Yes, exactly. Now I'm showing this off. This is my Sonic 3 cartridge that I've owned since I was a teenager when the game came out, and I told this to Cobra, but this is the proof that all my files are 100%ed. But I have this other cartridge that I bought from a used game store for like probably $2, if that. So we're gonna play on that cartridge. And thanks everyone for the hosts. And hey Ratmus.
Hi, Rams.
Let me know if the volume is correct and all that stuff.
Because I can't hear shit.
So there's like one Tails game that made it to Zone 2, and the other ones just made it to various levels. So I'll go ahead and delete one of these.
Don't you delete all of them?
I guess I could. Whoops. Apparently, every time you want to delete, you gotta go back and select delete. Let's hope that the battery backup in this cartridge, still works. Oops. Yep.
Hey, Epic Gamer.
Oh, there. Okay. I saw that a second after you said that.
My day was pretty good. Rockman sucked as usual. I don't know why, but it did.
Hey, Epic Gamer.
Tomorrow's gonna suck. Alright, I get to go to the storage unit and move boxes.
Sounds fun.
No. No, it doesn't. Stop lying. Would it have been their fault for being in the way?
Hit him with a baseball or something? Yeah, I'm sure that happened, Rapus. be like Cobra. Whoa, this...
So what's your favorite level in this one?
Favorite level or favorite music?
If they're different,
I guess...
Don't make my question complicated.
Fine, launch base zone.
For both of those answers, or for one of them?
Both.
I do avoid cruises, yes.
Wow, what happened to my jump?
That and some members of chat may find it offensive. That it's just that particular curse is one that some people easily take offense to, so it's in general not used. And the last time that this was brought up in chat from someone using it, like the next stream, Rockman and Ratmus used it, and I was like severely irked, and they just found it amusing. So just so you know. And I was just in this kind of like, guys, why did you do that?
What the fuck?
Did something go wrong?
Yes.
Oh, you're dead?
Let's try to have fun tonight and not be horrible.
That means don't suck. This is totally where you're supposed to be glaring at me. I said that all for the glares.
That means if I screw this up and if I screw anything up, I'm not allowed to rage.
How can you, like, stop yourself from raging?
I don't know.
But you're not going for perfects. Why aren't you going for perfects?
Because I'm not Cobra Commander 6.
You remembered his numbers. Why did he choose those numbers? I don't know.
I believe he said he just chose random numbers because he figured he needed random numbers in the end. happened. It's never happened before.
Yeah, I did all sorts of things that y'all had never seen before last stream while I was snowboarding. So how often do you fail the blue spheres?
Too often.
That's not a quantitative number.
Nobody said I had to be quantitative tonight. See, that was all your fault for asking me that question. You did? Holy crap. Never thought I'd see the day. Ferguson.
At least there's no chemical plant zone. Oh wait. Not like you care. He's playing on a Sega Genesis. Is yours... What are they called? Version 1 or...
Yeah, Model 1.
Model 1. Yeah, because I know mine, you said, was a Model 2.
But yeah, this is a Model 1 Genesis. I got the video coming out the back. It's going into an upscaler to make it 720p. The sound is stereo coming out of the microphone jack because that's the only way you can get stereo sound out of a Model 1 Genesis is through the microphone jack. So yeah, it's being upscaled to HD. The upscaler.
I still wonder why my Sega doesn't string well. It's like the N64, that's fine. Actually, I haven't even tried the NES. But the Sega doesn't.
Oh, I forget, did you try an upscaler, or were you just...
No, I don't have an upscaler.
But you said your Nintendo 64 works for the most part? Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Maybe it might depend on the capture.
One of my captures captured the video really well, but garbled the audio. And the other capture device I have that does composite captured the audio, but the video was terrible.
I paused that and got rid of that noise, just like Cobra told me. Yeah, I guess it just depends on the capture device whether it do that, because it seems like the old consoles, some of the newer capture cards. What the fuck?
Well, my N64, just plugging it into the capture card works fine.
Yeah, but see, mine, I need to use the upscaler for the N64, so I guess it must just depend on the capture. Yes. Are you asking me or Song? Just... I have a list of the systems that I've tried to stream so far with this capture device. I got it started. What the fuck? I've never had that happen in my life. There's not even supposed to be enemies there.
Oops. I use this, I have an internal capture card for HDMI in my computer that's an AverMedia, and then I use this other AverMedia product. Let me go look up what it's called. An AverMedia DVD Easy Maker, which is which is typically used just to turn VHSs into DVDs. But what I do is I have another program on my computer that captures that gets what the AverMedia is seeing, and just I preview it and then I capture just the video, and I have the audio coming in somewhere else.
Let me see if I can... see, the problem is this...
Okay, how do you hook it up to the N64? Well, so my capture device, that's the VHS to DVD thing that I use, is a USB. Just plug into the back in the USB, and then outside of it is the connections for a composite cable, the yellow, red, and white wires. So you take the N64's composite wires and just, instead of plugging it into a TV, you plug it in to the capture device. And then you use a program on your computer to see what the capture device is displaying, which the capture device just displays the input, which is the video game console. I mean, it's pretty simple. You buy it and you're just plug, 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 plug. And you do the same thing with an HD setup, from the console straight to the capture, and then sometimes you can have an out to go to a TV, but that's coming out of the capture device. But the console goes directly into the capture. Nope. I mean, sometimes you have to use interesting software, but the actual physical parts of it, that's the easy part. My OBS captures from my HD, the AverMedia Live HD, really well, but it doesn't get the DVD Easy Maker thing, so that I have going to a different program, and then I just window capture it.
That's not what I want. Anyways, see, this is my Sega Genesis. You can see it on the TV. Um, Basically, the Sega Genesis composite, like I said, the yellow video cord and the, in this case, red and black audio cords, they're going into this. This is the upscaler, and it's upscaling it to HDMI. Well, actually, there's, you can't really see my cursor, so you're looking at the upscaler, a switch, and a splitter. But long story short, this is, Sega Genesis, yellow, red, and black goes in, HDMI comes out, and then the HDMI just goes straight into that little white thing, which is my capture device. HDMI in, goes to the computer. Yeah, there's there's a lot, there's a whole mess of cables behind my television, Buck, believe me. But I try to keep it clean in the front. But yeah, I really should have. The reason why I took these pictures real quick is because I want to have pictures of my streaming setup, and the pictures that I have are really old and not correct anymore. So I'll fix those later and put them up and stuff. But yeah, HDMI goes in, goes right to the computer, and this capture card. This capture card, as you can see, it's supposed to be able to do HDMI and the older stuff. It's got component, S-video, and composite, but for some reason, some of the systems, the older systems just don't work unless I upscale them. Like, for example, the NES, the Sega Genesis, the Super Nintendo, and the Nintendo 64, they don't work with composite. I have to, that's why Song bought me this upscaler thing, so it upscales them to HDMI so it works. But some of the older systems, the 3DO and the Dreamcast, those work in composite. The GameCube, the PS2, the Wii, those all work with composite because they're not as old as those older ones. Yeah.
Do you have a component for the Wii?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. I got several of those.
Yeah, I don't have any component for any of my systems.
Yeah, so it's like capture cards are easy in the terms of, as we said, plugging and whatever, but sometimes it's the software, or like as Buck said, things can be picky. I have one capture device that I don't currently use that will work well with component, which is the green, blue, red, white, red, yellow, the one with like the 6 prongs, but it doesn't work well with composite. And Elgato's a brand lots of people start out with, so it's a good learning one, and it's a good starting point, and then see what else you might need later on. Oh, Buck's saying no.
One more thing for.
Well, it also depends
Buck
on how much money he has to spend, Buck. Because as much as you and I will spend a lot to get very good quality devices, he might not have it. Yeah, true. But he was more asking about the N64. Yeah, well, what systems would you want to stream? What consoles? Because, like as I said, I use 2 capture devices. I capture my Wii U and Xbox 360 with one capture device, and then I use my other capture device to capture like a GameCube, an N64. 360. Xbox 360. Does Xbox 360 do composite?
Yeah.
Rockman? Okay. You might want to look into doing composite, which will be lower quality for your Xbox 360, but then you only need to worry about one capture device. Because if you wanted to do the Xbox 360 in the HD, that you're pretty much going to have to get a different card unless Buck has something up his sleeve. As a suggestion.
Yeah, because before I had this HD capture card thing, that I did use. You know, I captured my 360 with the composites and also the Wii U.
Yeah, I was about to say you did composite. You did strictly composite inputs.
Yeah. Until last November.
Whatever.
Okay, well I got 3 Chaos Emeralds.
It's just going ahead and telling you you'd be looking at two different capture devices for those two systems. The newer systems you would want to capture in HD, and as Buck says, you're going to spend about $150. The older consoles, you can get a cheaper capture device.
Ridiculous.
But the video quality is just not as good because, well, seriously, Buck, like Rockman has a couple things always hooked up, and he puts everything away after every stream. I just kind of watch him, and I'm just kind of like,
yes, my Wii U, my Xbox One, and my Xbox 360 are hooked up all the time. Everything else is assembled and disassembled and put into its basket.
He's so weird.
You mean sane, normal, everyone should emulate this? I should be aspired to. This is really not good, and now I'm about to game over.
Yeah, I think I spent, about 40 on my AverMedia one? And that's, partly I got that one because I really like my AverMedia HD, so I was all for, getting another AverMedia. As I think some other people have had some issues with internal captures for AverMedia, I have not had a single problem with mine. It is just amazing. So worth the $150 I spent. Totally. Hey Amanda, how are you?
Hey man, how's it going?
I think I probably asked you this before, Buck, and I know that you know that I did a very big favor for the barbecue last June. But how happy were you when you heard what their budget was, and you were just kind of like, buy this capture? Because we were like on the same sync of like what they needed to buy. I still found that amusing because they said that they asked you what to buy, and I was like, yep, and he told them exactly what I thought they would buy.
What the f- That's not what happened.
How are you, Mando? How was your day?
I never played Sonic Adventure or any of that stuff on Dreamcast. Pretty much played the Genesis Sonics.
I think my thing has S-Video. Or, yeah, my AverMedia for the composite has S-Video. But do you think I should buy an S-Video cable for, like, my N64 and test that out at some point? Like what is the difference? What makes it better?
Well, it'll be slightly better video quality, but I did not know that
I don't know,
they had such a thing. I think we were talking about there was a GameCube S-Video cable that was only in first.
Buck. I want to take a picture of this and send it to Buck because I think he'll find it amusing. Because my brother playing his video games, like the TV he used was actually like this really old like monitor, and so the thing he had to use was this interesting little. Let me see what it is, because if I can just tell you what it is, you'll probably already know. Let's see. One end is okay. Antenna end. Okay. ANTN, and then a TV out. Okay, the TV out looks like, what's the thing that like cable uses, like cable TV and cable internet? Cat? No. What?
Coax.
Coax. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a coax or something. It's round and it has this one metal prong in the middle sticking out. Yeah, we still have this for the Sega because that's what my brother had to use. This whatever it is. I guess he didn't need it for the NES. Maybe he had other converters or something, or maybe he had a better TV. I have no idea. By the time he got the N64.
See, the NES.
This is the thing I got.
The NES actually has composite out in it. The Sega consoles did not, which is why, like, even up until a few years ago when I was streaming, I had to, like, connect my Sega Genesis to my VCR with a coax thing to get it to work until I bought a video cable specifically for this Model 1 Genesis off eBay. like
yeah,
a
but
year or
that's
two
why
ago.
it was so funny. That was the only thing we had to hook the Sega up. So I had to go out, or I actually just ordered from Amazon, the Sega thing with the composite plugs. Like when I first got the Sega back home from being in the storage unit, because I simply couldn't like hook it up to any of our TVs.
I knew that was there. Why did I still get hit by it? It's gonna fail fish me so hard if he ever sees this.
I just want Cougar Commander is now launching just here on the bottom.
Like, I don't think I'm gonna get all of the Chaos Emeralds. I don't think so. And Christmas music, yes.
I don't think he'll fail fish you. He'll just say you need more practice.
Wait,
Start playing it every weekend.
Hell no. I didn't even know the PlayStation had RF output. I thought it was just composite.
Just pretty. Yeah, I mean, I was too young to understand those cables, obviously, for like the Sega and stuff. But my dad is very technology compatible, or
My dad is the opposite of that.
techno knowledgeable, whatever. And he likes wires. So he was like, oh, we're gonna go get this. Come on. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, I need this. And he'll just go into another room and like come back with the cable I need. How the hell did you have that? Don't know.
I have a drawer full of just cables, which is where I found that one that I mailed to Fish. Yes, I wish it was better organized. Damn it.
I hope it wasn't too much of an expense to add on to getting the system. It was pretty good. Rockman's was sucky. Although I don't know why it was sucky. I don't even know if he knows why it was sucky.
I know why, I just haven't said why yet.
What's the green ones that say rep?
They restore the springs at the bottom. When you first get in there, there's springs at the bottom. When you hit the springs, they go away. So like you get one chance. Oh, by the way, Buck, while I'm streaming, my CPU usage right now, it's about 8%.
Damn! Is it fluctuating? Because mine was fluctuating a lot.
Yeah, 7.8, 9.6, 7.7, 7.9.
They're hitting more, damn it.
Surprising considering I have a
Slightly newer computer.
yeah, even though it was purchased in November, but it wasn't like strictly up to date. I think it was like a year old of that type of model, you know. But yeah, it's pretty damn new. um, so basically, if you guys want to hear why my day sucked, and if you don't, I'm going to tell you anyways. Yesterday, I actually got a lot of work done, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna do some more work today. But after I got up and had lunch and stuff, my mom needed to run some errands, and I needed to go to the post office, and she needed to go to the post office because I needed to mail that thing to Fish. So I went with her, and the post office was fine, although it took a while. But just, my mom really pissed me off. Just driving with her, she was like, if anybody, like the other car, like she had road rage basically. If any other car did anything wrong, she was like really swearing at them just for way too much. And then we had to go to this place called the Tile Shop because my parents are having their bathroom redone, and it's almost done, but it still needs some more things that haven't been done with it. She wanted to buy a shelf where you put like shampoo and stuff. Like there's a hole that's supposed to be for that. She wanted to buy a shelf thing. This is already taking too long to explain, and I'm also doing this, and I fucked up again. I'm not getting all the Chaos Emeralds. Anyway, she made me go into the store with her. She said to carry the thing, which even if she had bought the thing, which she didn't, it's like the size and weight of a keyboard. She did not need me to carry the damn thing. She was just extremely rude and bitchy to the cashier service person there. It made me completely embarrassed to be even standing next to her there. It was completely uncalled for, everything she did. Oh, and by the way, before she even turned into the place, again, like I said, she was swearing at all the other cars. She stopped in the middle of an intersection, in a parking lot intersection, but an intersection nonetheless, because she wanted to turn right where this other person was, wondering why this other person wasn't going, because my mom had the right of way. She was coming out of like an only turn lane that my mom wanted to turn into illegally, an only turn lane. It was completely ridiculous. My mom is yelling at this other person for doing absolutely nothing wrong because she wants to turn into a one-way place.
Do you feel better now it's talking it all out?
Not really.
Usually that's therapeutic.
Maybe I'll feel better in a few hours, but I was supposed to send an email to this person from Indiana Beach, and I just never did, and I was supposed to do a bunch of other stuff, and I just never did, because I just didn't feel like doing anything. I'm surprised I didn't die there.
That's because you went with a ring. I don't think I've ever had to deal with that type of road rage from my parents. I mean, sure, I've had like road rage and like being angry at people, but usually because like I've never yelled at them for doing something right. I don't think.
Going the speed limit?
No, I usually don't. I'm not usually angry if someone's going the speed limit. It's when they're going under the speed limit. Under the speed limit, a significant amount. Then I'll yell at them. But if they're going the speed limit, I shouldn't have any problem with that. But people going way under, oh yeah. Especially on the interstate. Like if you're going under 50 miles an hour on a 70 mile an hour highway, like you got some problems. It's like you better have your flashers on in like a trailer or something.
We don't have those here.
But you don't have flashers in trailers?
70 mile an hour highways.
Yes, well, we do here. I mean, but we also have like 55 mile an hour highways. So if I'm in a highway and it's 55 miles an hour, I'm not going 70. I'm going roughly 55. I say roughly. But I mean, the only reason that they are 70 is because you're in a place where it's safe to go that speed. Because the population, or the whatever math that they did for congestion makes it safe, or like how many people travel the road and blah 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 blah.
Any expressway near Chicago is completely overly congested and...
Well, yeah, it's Chicago. I don't live in Chicago. I live somewhere with far less traffic. Far less traffic.
You don't want to... If you go driving with my dad down there, he'll just tell you the same stories over and over again every time you drive with him. Because...
Creating like war flashbacks.
Yes, like Ratmus will tell you like how many times his dad said the exact same thing to you in the exact like situation over and over and over again. Like you'll be driving downtown on a highway and there's a lot of traffic and he'll tell you they should have made this highway double-decker back in the 70s.
Well,
he said that to me about 30,000 times.
But the other problem is they didn't have the money to do that, or the city planning, and we want this now.
It doesn't matter if it's, doesn't matter if it's true or whatever, he'll just tell you it.
Have you ever noticed how not square lots of roads and neighborhoods and stuff like that in Virginia are?
I guess, but I have a pretty small sample size.
Yeah, I agree. But no, we had this one road in Richmond called Three Chopped. It's called Three Chopped Road. Three Chopped Road is based on an old Indian trail that was marked with 3 chops in the wood, of trees. So the whole road is based on the path of least resistance through an old forest. And that's pretty much how all of the roads and all of the subdivisions, how houses are laid out and stuff like that. Here on the East Coast, a lot of it is based on path of least resistance, not city planning and making things square. You go west and all of a sudden city planning was a thing that happened and things are square. And it's not that way here. It's kind of amusing seeing the difference, and you can see the difference just on Google Maps or something. Look at an East Coast city, not necessarily New York, because obviously it has the blocks and stuff. But lots of places in the East Coast is not square, and then you go to Kansas or something. It's if you find a neighborhood, it's all squared out.
know what you mean.
And then that's what they did with making those highways. What is easy now? Path of least resistance.
There are roads I can think of, running from like Chicago to Milwaukee that are literally, like you said, they are Indian trails, 1800s or whatever.
I think that'd be fun. And that's how we get some of the weird state shapes. Because, I mean, it's like following a river or something, or following like a mountain range.
There was a show on either History or Discovery called How the States Got Their Shapes. It was not as helpful as I would have liked, but it told some of the stories. And yeah, a lot of them are rivers, and some of them are just weird things that happened of why the boundary is there. Indian wars or negotiations with Canada.
Louisiana Purchase.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, you were totally there. What do you think about the purchasing price of Alaska?
Wonderful.
How it's like you do? Do you know how big Alaska is?
No one does.
Like, Alaska fits in like the middle of the United States and like takes up like the whole middle chunk. If you like superimpose like Alaska over the U.S., it's like.
See, I know, and I know a lot of people think it's to the lower left near Hawaii, and that it's not that big, and this, that, or the other.
That's because people think maps are.
I know, but if I'm reading this map correctly that Ratmus posted, yeah, in the past, because this article is from 2013, and it's talking about them like gradually raising speed limits in Illinois, and yes, that is a thing that has been happening over the past few years. But if you look, like, I think
it's not near Chicago.
Yeah, like Chicago is like a dead zone of not. They used to, basically near us. They used to be 55, and they did raise them to 60 in most instances.
I mean,
but like even if the sign says 55 or 60, people are going 70, and that's what pisses me off. And they've always been doing that. And to me, it's like, why even bother having speed limits?
Like, happens in every single freaking city.
I know, people are assholes.
It's kind of like, if you think it's just a Chicago thing, you are wrong.
No, I don't, because you've told me about these roads where it's dangerous. You have to, it's so dangerous that you have to risk your life.
That was not small.
It's a general, it's a thing that pisses me off.
And I had my words for it. She was like, drive for traffic.
Like, it's, some people get upset over, gun control, and of course I do get upset over that, but to me, it's, people not driving the speed limit is another issue. I don't understand it. I don't, if I drive faster than what it says, I could potentially be pulled over by a police officer and given a ticket because I'm breaking the law. And yet I have to do that? I have to break the law to drive on this road? That makes absolutely no sense to me, and I hate it.
Some laws were made to be broken. How about that for an answer? That was a good answer.
One law that should never be broken is no catching one.
I was saying, like, they have laws like you can't wear any piece of clothing while having sex. So, like, if you wore a pair of socks, you'd be breaking the law.
Those laws don't.
Oh, no, if you're gonna be all uppity about the speed limit, no, blah, 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 that one counts then. Because you don't get to do the whole, like, pick and choose. that's the other problem, because then we
That's
start
not
all the hypocrisy of picking.
the
Just
hypocrisy. The police are the ones picking and choosing. I'm sorry,
no,
but
there's not enough police to like stop everyone from speeding. That's just minimum resources. Like the resources.
I know, so it doesn't make any sense.
The resources need to focus on things like murders.
No. Let's say, for example, that there's a law in Illinois that says I can't do something wearing socks, and I do that. Is a police officer going to come and enforce that? No. If I'm speeding on the highway, there's not a 100% guarantee that I'm going to be pulled over, but it is possible.
With North Carolina and their stuff with the birth certificates to use the bathroom, that's becoming a possibility. Wow, I hope everyone enjoyed the song and rock band political debate just then, because, well, I'm not bothered by it. Are you bothered? I was having a rousing time.
I just don't know why we can never.
But I figured we should probably lower our voices because we started yelling over each other. But I don't want people thinking we're upset because we're yelling.
I just don't understand why this is a thing that we have never agreed on, and we never will agree on, and I just don't understand that. There's plenty of bigger issues that.
Exactly, there are bigger issues. So even though we don't agree on it, it ends up not mattering that we don't agree on it, and it's like, well, she doesn't agree with me, and that's just the fact of life.
Well, every time.
That's fine with me.
I get nervous every time I drive a car. Especially with you.
This is why I drive, not you.
Well, you can't drive all the time.
Being nervous driving a car is dangerous. Driving a car is like confidence. You need confidence to drive a car.
I ain't having it.
Because, I mean, driving a car and stuff, with all the things that you might need to do a split-second decision on, you need confidence. Like, you're driving, and a squirrel runs across the road, but you have a car behind you. Guess what? You don't slow down. And you have to know that in your head. Go and drive over the squirrel.
No one should be allowed to drive. We should just outlaw driving. Because I'm sick of it, frankly.
See, and then we get into your whole, like, extremist, like, black and whiteness. And I'm like, ugh. Something I will never understand about you, and I'm just gonna... And this is another thing people are uppity about me at, because I mean I don't mind having these loud conversations. I don't even mind disagreeing with people. Disagreeing with people means, hey, we're different people. How many more emeralds do you need?
Three.
Did you get this one? Was that a no? I think that was a no. How did that... Why didn't they all turn to...
I don't know. There must have been something in the middle, and I was supposed to do that last, and it wasn't apparently. I don't know how Cobra makes this look so easy.
Because he plays it every weekend. See, I don't see why that would be something to fight over, because normally you would think that, like, it's a, you do this, I do this, but occasionally you ask them for help on something.
There are plenty of chores that I'm fine doing or helping with. Washing dishes.
Doing the dishes is not one. I know. I hate vacuuming.
I'm more than happy to vacuum.
I hate vacuuming. The sound of the vacuum is just so freaking annoying.
Is that like the noises that Amanda hates in this game?
Yeah. Freaking, I just hate vacuum noises. I'll happily mop. I'll happily do, like, wet stuff. But I don't have to vacuum. That also means you have to dust, by the way. Although dusting is kind of pointless because there's always dust.
Yeah, I'm fine with dusting as long as you have a good Swiffer.
Well, sometimes you have to dust things that aren't on the floor.
Did you say that are on the floor?
That aren't on the floor, like bookcases.
Well, yeah. I have a hand Swiffer thing.
Nice.
Yeah,
Do you know what? Oh, but it's like, so you don't use pledge or anything? To protect your wooden surfaces.
We used to do that when I was a kid. But now, anything that needs pledge is upstairs, and the cleaning people handle that. I don't know what they use. We used to do that on all our wood tables.
It didn't take my brother and my sister-in-law very long with owning their own home to be like, okay, we need a cleaning service, because F this stuff.
Yeah, well, one of the things I would
And
like...
they have 3 Pomeranians to deal with. The hair with 3 Pomeranians is ridiculous.
Every vacuum cleaner that my family has ever owned has been, like, terrible. I would love to have, like, an actual vacuum cleaner that was made in the 21st century someday.
I think all vacuum cleaners are terrible. Like, they try to pretend they're not terrible, but they're all terrible.
Yeah, probably, but, I mean, you should see the ancient vacuum cleaners that I've had to use in my life.
Did you ever have to do the one that's, like, the big rolly round behind you tube thing? Tub?
Well, when I was a kid, probably up until when I was a teenager, yeah, we had this gigantic vacuum cleaner. Like, you remember the talk of my dad's old video camera? It was a giant video camera, and it had to be attached to a VCR that he held over his shoulder. Well, this is like kind of the vacuum cleaner equivalent of it. Mm-hmm. The one part of the vacuum cleaner was like a giant rectangle, that was really heavy. And it was, connected to the actual, like, vacuum part, like, yeah, I don't know, it looked like an elephant or something. I guess that's how vacuum cleaners used to be until they got to the point where they could shrink the electronics and stuff and put the bags, like, so it's, like, mostly one thing nowadays, like, upright. It was not an upright vacuum.
My dogs don't like the vacuum.
Let's see. Cobra's at work late. This is so interesting to our conversations.
Hey, at least we're talking about something. I could sit here quietly and say nothing.
Yeah.
You prefer streams when we're talking anyway, regardless of what we're talking about. Oh, I did watch the highlight of me saying, what was it? Did I say fuck or shit and then happy holidays?
Fuck, happy holidays.
Fuck, happy Happy holiday. That's so funny. And I made I made 3 highlights of my snowboarding.
I'm looking for Google Images, and I can't find a vacuum cleaner that looks even remotely like the one that I'm trying to describe that we had.
Let me look and you play a game.
We don't have this vacuum cleaner I'm talking about. We don't have it anymore.
Oh, I hope.
With the cleaning service, I don't vacuum very often anymore, but sometimes I still have to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, Ratmus found one. In fact, the one on the right in this picture that might be the exact, that's either like the exact model or very similar. It was definitely like the one on the right. It didn't have the blue or green color. Yeah.
Well, those were probably all the same ones, just
yeah.
You could have bought one in a color.
Yeah, that might be the model.
Kind of like how you can buy cell phones.
Well, yeah, it doesn't look very annoying. I guess like when you're a 10-year-old kid.
No, they are.
When you're a 10-year-old kid and you have to lug that fucking thing around.
Was it on wheels at least?
Yeah, but it was really heavy. Like it's much heavier than it looks.
I want to see like you nowadays pull it, because you'd be like, I remember it being heavier.
Yeah.
You would totally do that. You'd be like, bye, Ratmus.
Bye, Ratmus.
So I'm totally not distracting you with the blue spears right now, right? Distracting. Stop.
Hey, Nyan.
Hey, Nyan. How are you?
Nyan can continue our conversation about disagreements between couples over things.
Yeah. We're being all, what's a good word for it? Having one of those couple arguments that we're not, like, really angry at each other for, even though we get slightly loud. And ultimately it doesn't matter. It's almost arguing for arguing's sake, but not really. Did I tell you that, 2 of my friends from college got married partly because they loved arguing?
Yes.
That was, like, what brought them together. are the good ones that you kind of like, oh, well, we argued, but it's kind of good to get all that stuff out? Or are they, like, bad ones? Because the one we just had was, I consider a good one. Is that a good one for you? None of them are ever good.
What the?
You're going without a ring. I don't know, have we ever argued over something like that?
Probably. I don't.
Probably. But it's usually, I think when that happens, I'm just like easily doing something wrong or something.
Us quote unquote arguing before was fine. It's just that it's more like we're just there's
Which side are you on, Ian? I'm guessing Banff because you heard that one first.
it's just there's some things that upset me that don't upset her and vice versa, and that's we're just talking about differences basically is where it started from. And we were talking about which chores the other person and I'm dead again. I'm having a terrible, terrible time in this game, and I didn't think I would. I don't understand why.
You should practice more.
I don't want to practice this game. I don't know anything about comics. I watched some of the X-Men cartoon when I was a kid. I know Nightcrawler was in the Sega Genesis X-Men game, which was kind of okay. I don't know what he said in the video game or the cartoon. Also, he was in one of the movies. Yeah, I'm having a tough time figuring out what video games to stream these days. I just don't feel like playing anything, so this was kind of a, well, just fine, I'll just play this. Well, since Song and I
You have
have...
to have the toilet seat one? I am so sorry, Ian. That one's so annoying. Yeah, I had an ex-boyfriend who was in this kind of like arguing with me about it, and I'm like, the only reason you're arguing with me is because you have 3 brothers and your mom doesn't care. I care. Put it down. Especially if it was in my house, damn it. It's like, my house, visiting me, put the fucker down. I was so pissed.
See, Song and I have only, quote-unquote, lived together for like 10 days.
You've always had it down. I have no problems.
I know, we're not gonna have the classic couple toilet seat problem arguments. But
Okay, I do sometimes leave the lights on, but it really depends on the room.
if you
Cabinets open, I do. Admittedly.
if you leave cabinets open or lights on, I'm just gonna close them or turn them off. I'm not gonna get upset about it.
Yeah.
Because
Now-
I've had my full of my dad. He will yell at you if you leave the lights on somewhere, but he leaves them on somewhere. It's fine. You know.
Like for hanging up clothes, I mean, like if
Yeah,
you're taking,
From what Song has told me, we might
like-
have some problems with the clothing.
well, it's kind of like you're doing, like you're getting stuff out of the dryer. Some stuff like really needs to get hung up, like men's shirts, men's dress shirts. Like those are like have to hang up. So it's like certain stuff, it's like you immediately hang up. Other stuff, like, whatever.
Well,
But no,
my
I
mom has a
hate-
word for that.
I hate the excess of laundry of having to move it from one room to the other all the friggin' time. So I'd rather just have my closet be the laundry room. So that's what I hope to have one day. Just all my clothes, save maybe like some lounge wear that I wear around the house. Just keep it all in the laundry room.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This sucks. This fucking sucks.
So apparently that wasn't a full, like the lesson wasn't fully instilled, or you rejected the lesson of put it down.
See,
I don't know. It's kind of like, I have a brother, I have a father. Both of them leave the thing down. I don't think, like, it has never been... It has never been something in my house that was, like, ever talked about. It's like this assumed nicety. You just put the seat down. Yeah, I probably pretty much do the same thing as he does, man. Except for clothes that absolutely have to be, like, hung up. Which is why I would love my laundry room to be my closet.
Well, see, I don't know. Here's the thing. Since, I mean, I guess this is the way it was done, was to have laundry rooms, out of sight in the basement or whatever. We moved into this house, the washer and dryer are in the basement. People's bedrooms are up on the 3rd floor. There's a laundry chute, which is actually why we bought this house. We were we were so enthralled with the fact that it had a laundry chute. It was amazing, which we used for communication. Now I'm getting off topic. But basically how the laundry works is my mom...
I have my clean pile and my dirty pile.
My mom takes the laundry from the hampers and separates it into, darks, lights, whatever. And then it's my job to take those baskets down to the basement, put them in the washer and dryer, send them through the washer and dryer, and then take them out, bring them back up to the den where she then folds them and puts them away.
See, that's weird to me because I fold immediately upon exiting the dryer.
Well, like you were talking about shirts and stuff, she calls those crushables versus non-crushables. So what I do is...
we actually just use the overall word, like, we do a shirts load of, like, stuff that, like, when Dad worked, it was the shirts load. So it was all the clothes that needed to be hung up immediately.
Okay, well, see...
We're done in one
Yeah,
load.
we just do them, but then it's assumed that I have 2 hampers, because usually just the way it works out is there's 2 loads usually, so there's 2 hampers. So what I do is when I'm taking the clothes out of the dryer, anything that's a non-crushable, in other words, it doesn't matter, like socks, underwear, I just throw in one basket. Stuff that's a crushable, like my t-shirts or my dad's shirts or anything like a shirt that shouldn't be thrown somewhere, I lay it out over the top of the other hamper. So it's not...
you just lay it nicely.
Yeah, so it's not crushed.
Still laid.
And then I bring them up, and then my mom handles it from there.
Well,
but yeah, now I'm seeing, whenever I see these shows about home remodelings and stuff, everyone's now talking about, have the laundry room on the top floor right next to your bedroom, so you don't have to bring laundry up and down. To me, that's just laziness. And
no.
now you're talking about having it in the same room.
It is the innovation of, like laundry now is so much better than laundry was for our grandparents.
Yeah, well, see, getting back to city, remember when we were talking about city planning?
Generations just continue to, this is a daunting task, and we are just going to continue to make it easier. And that's what's going on.
Well,
that's literally what it is.
Remember when you were talking about city planning? Well, this is more like house planning.
Oh yeah. Do you know what it's like? If like the dream house, that dream house that you like imagine if you could build. You know what I want? A towel warmer in the freaking bathroom.
Yeah.
Which is actually inexpensive and easy to do if you do it when you're building the house.
Yeah, but
just
think of all those poor people who don't have homes. And then you feel
like a
shit.
heater in the bathroom or something. Oh, it's so nice. I had a heater in my bathroom in college.
But I mean, it's like, our house being built in the 1960s, and the amount of like wires is just ridiculous. Like all over the outside of our house is probably like cable wires that are just, they had no concept. I'm getting off topic again.
That's what happens. By the way, with your house, how it's designed with 3 stories, or your basement and then 2 stories, like, my house is a ranch. It's all 1 story. So, like, I don't... Like, it's much easier for us to, like, immediately hang up and fold clothes, and then take them folded to the other rooms. Because, I mean, we're not having to go up and down stairs, which a basket makes more sense than. Me holding, like, a pile of folded shirts is perfectly fine for just, like, walking a couple rooms and not have to walk across the shower and be... I don't really care about tubs, but I love big showers. I love big showers. I'm a small person, but I like my wiggle room. Because we have a large stall shower in my house that I've always lived in. It's this nice roomy shower. Like, I don't feel closed in. Like, I can like move my elbows and I'm not gonna touch the sides. It's very roomy.
I don't know, like, because
I love roomy showers. I think roomy showers should be everywhere.
all I'm saying is, if we live together and buy a house someday,
We're getting a big shower.
that's... I mean, you've definitely sold me on certain things, and I understand that a house, needs to and should be modern and make sense, and as much as you can, and this, that, or the other. I just, whatever works out with whatever the laundry situation we get is. I just wanted to.
That's low on my priority.
I just wanted to make sense and not be, so lazy that we just...
it's more important than it is, but that's because you do the laundry in your house.
It's just because you tell me these things, like, I just want to throw my clothes on the floor and not deal with them, that I'm like, can we just not... Can we just... No, can we have something better than that?
And I find it so amusing to have laundry. Oh, the bath bombs? Gotcha. Yeah.
Hey, Claxington, how's it going?
Okay, so my aunt had this huge... when they bought a house in Tennessee, which they no longer own, but they bought it as, like, a fixer-up house, even though it was, like, a fancy house anyway, they made it fancier. But in the house, like, originally, the master bedroom had a hot tub. And it was like, that is like the worst idea because of how many chemicals you have to have in a hot tub to keep it sanitary, and the humidity. Ugh. It was awful. No hot tubs, like, in a place where you're going to sleep, everyone. Don't never do that. Have it somewhere else. Have it outdoors, or like in a semi-outdoor room. Those like enclosed deck things. By the way, do you find it funny how like out of shape I am with stairs? Or have you not noticed?
I've never seen you go upstairs.
Well, yeah, see, exactly.
I mean, mean,
because I don't have stairs in my house. Like I have the 4 steps to like get into the house, but that's it. And it's kind of like whenever I have to visit friends and I go up flights of stairs, like on and on and on, I'm just kind of like because I'm just not used to like always going upstairs. It's something you have to get used to, and it's like, ugh.
What the? Why did they make this easier when you put it onto Sonic and Knuckles? Because I've never had this much problems in my entire life getting these gas emotes.
Close enough. Wait, does it make you feel better, Nian? Or does it make you feel worse that you now know someone who, like, does the same thing as your boyfriend?
Yeah, Song just throws her clothes on the floor, apparently. When my clothes are dirty, I put them in the hamper. And when...
You used to have a hamper.
And, you know, when they're...
And see, that's the other problem. Like, I've done this since I was a kid. It's like one of those habits that I'm like, breaking that habit is gonna, like it's one of those things that's like, it's a part of me. It's a part of who I am. Don't change that about me.
I'm gonna farm some limes. Not.
Because I totally agree that, like, even couples, like, there needs to be, like, 2 rooms for, like, general, like, if you just want to be in separate rooms. That's sometimes a needed thing, being in separate rooms. Ah. Well, see, we put all of our dirty clothes in the bathtub because we don't use that bathtub. And so that's where we throw them now. Well, I moved them from my floor into the bathtub. And I'm kind of like, okay, time to clean. Because it's a good, like, meeting space for all the clothes in the house.
We moved them from the floor to the bathtub physically hurt me.
Okay, does that make it better?
No.
Well, it's because, like, no basket would be big enough. I have a lot of clothes. And, okay, here's the other problem. So, my parents also go through a lot of clothes. Because of the dogs, Mom has to have 2 outfits. One that she can wear in the bedroom, and one she can wear out of the bedroom. So, it's like she wears 2 outfits per day. Because we can't get too much dog around my dad. And then I have my clothes I wear after work, and I have my work clothes. Because I usually change clothes when I get home from work. Yeah, usually it's like someone gets the family room or the den and the other person gets the office or something. Actually, okay, so this was weird. I think I read it in one of those like Dear Abby's and Miss Manners, which are sometimes fun to read. So this couple, the wife was writing about dirty towels. Her husband, like, put dirty, like sometimes you hang up towels that you want to use again. Like he would do that. It's like, this is a towel I plan to use again. I'm just watching you right now in kind of fascination. But like a dirty towel, he would just throw on the floor, and like that was his cue for, this is a dirty towel that needs to get washed. And it's kind of like, don't use the hotel room like rules for towels like in your own house, because that's just weird. It's kind of like, it's like, who do you expect to pick up that towel? Like in a hotel, you obviously expect the maids and stuff who are performing a service that you're paying for. But like in your own house, it's like you just don't like throw a wet towel like in the middle of the floor and just wait for it to magically be dealt with. That was weird. That was a weird Dear Abby. Because even Dear Abby was just kind of like, what the hell? Or Miss Manners, I don't know which one. At least I'm not that bad. Now it's quiet. Welcome back, Rabbits. You should throw the towel on the floor and be like, it will magically clean itself later. Like it does in hotel rooms. Glad I didn't have to use it. Oh, that's weird, man. That would annoy me too.
What in the fuck?
Of course, Rockman's annoyed because I could do like multiple things versus he's like, if I'm eating dinner and watching a TV show, that is all I am doing. I'm eating food and watching this TV show and doing nothing else in this span of time. And I'm like, I can do things. I can multitask. Yeah, that's weird, man. That's rude. That's one of those basic table manners. You can tell him I'm defending you on that one. Basic table manners. You like, yeah. If you're at a table, it's like, yeah.
What if you just don't like
together.
Your family?
Huh?
What if you just don't like your family?
Well, I hope Mian's boyfriend likes her.
Well, yeah, and I like you, but I don't
Well, I
necessarily
mean, like a child is kind of different, especially like a whatever teenager or something. That's a different like whatever altogether, and that's usually like a disciplinary thing of too bad.
Circle? I've gone in a complete circle somehow. Just call him when I need him.
Ah, gotcha. course, like, I amazed someone once by, like, we were getting food at a mall, and so they went to go pick something up, and so I was sitting at the table with the food, and I just hadn't eaten yet, because I was waiting for them to get back, and they were just kind of like, you haven't, like, already inhaled the food yet? I was like, no, that would be rude. Six, seven.
See, I have no interest eating with people.
You like eating with me, right?
Yeah. What annoys me is when I'm watching a TV show with like you or Ratmus.
Yeah, that's because you have this weird, like, anti-multitasking thing.
It's not. Whenever I try to multitask and watch TV, I end up not like I can't. I lose parts of the show. I can't.
Yes, well, some of us can pay attention better.
Well, I don't believe you.
What? What do you mean you don't believe me? Why does it matter if you believe me or not?
Because
it's my own brain.
Because it upsets me when people don't pay 100% attention to the TV show, which is the most important thing in the world.
Yeah.
And when Jason is playing on his phone, there's no way he's actually paying attention to the show. So what's the point of even watching the show?
People can enjoy shows how they want to enjoy them. Now, it's kind of like at a movie theater, you can't do that. Like, you can't take out your phone and do phone stuff, like, in the middle of a public theater. But if I'm in my house, I'm going to, like, watch TV or the movie however I damn want to.
Well, we're gonna have problems.
You're gonna have your own TV room. It's like, it's kind of like, why does my whatever matter to you? It's my brain. Like, you do know I'm multitasking right now, right? It's like, sometimes I will, like, 100% give my attention to a show or movie, but I have to feel like I want to. Plus, if someone, like, tries to stop me from doing something, that just makes me want to do it more.
I don't know how to say without making it bad. This game is just a pile of shit.
Well, that sounded bad. Sorry, you can't see my cat face.
It's like, I know that when I'm streaming a game that you are not as interested in, such as this, that you're not paying
Not that I'm not
attention to the game.
interested, it's that it's hard for me to follow Sonic
Yeah,
games.
fine, and
Because you just go fast.
yes, I understand that. Like, just like I'm not really paying attention when you're playing Pokemon, you understand?
Which I absolutely encourage you to do other things.
But
I'm not paying attention when I'm playing Pokemon usually. Like, all of a sudden I'll be like, what was I doing?
it's like, if we're talking about me and Ratmus, and this is his real name, watching a TV show together, or if we're talking about me, like if I invite you to watch a TV show, like, you know, if we are watching the show together because we both like the show, or and 100% of your focus is not on the TV show, whether it's you or Jason, that's upsetting to me, and I know I have no control over it, and it's you're a human being, it's your own choice of what you want to do and whatever. It annoys me.
I can accept the fact that we're going to have to come to some compromise to make it less annoying for you, but also be reasonable to me in my I don't really have to pay 100% attention. That's one of those compromise things, though. I don't know what the compromise
Well,
will be.
I'm just gonna assume that, like, again, with my all or nothing mentality, I'm just gonna assume that it's not something you care about.
I care about your all or nothing mentality.
No,
I was the one who pointed it out.
I mean, like, if we're watching a show and you're on your phone, I'm going to assume that you don't care about the show.
Whereas I'm just using more of my brain power.
Here's the thing I was looking for. Thanks for the host, Claxington. And that goes for Ratmus too, whenever we're watching some show together.
Well, you also have to remember, like, I have never had, like, a DVR or any of those things where, like, there weren't any commercials. So the fact that I can do other things when commercials are going on, it helps with the whole, like, why do I need to pay attention when, like, the commercial just ended, so I'm busy, like, finishing what else I was doing.
Sucks balls. Just doing the same exact fucking thing.
You keep kind of going back to, like, how does Cobra know blah blah blah, and, like, I think he's memorized these stages versus I can actively tell that
I don't know where the fuck I am or where to go.
exactly. So, like, as much as you say it's like, where's Cobra blah blah blah, and it's kind of like, well,
I've streamed.
he
I have streamed Sonic 3 and Knuckles multiple times on this channel, and I have always gotten the emeralds and never had this much problems. Like, I mean, I've
it
failed.
could possibly be that I'm too distracting.
I have sworn and yelled at the thing while streaming, but I've never failed to get the emeralds, ever. And I think
Well, think back. You did that extreme DuckTales and didn't die, and you didn't mean to. There's something that you can think back on fondly.
it needs to be over.
But yeah, I could tell how much you just lost.
I can't even complete the level. I don't know where I am. I'm just going in circles.
Was this one your favorite level?
Yes.
At least you're doing this in your favorite level.
How am I back here again? I was literally here like, what feels like 20 minutes ago.
I don't think that one confuses enemies.
Jollibee? No. What is that?
No, I do not know what that is. Ah.
Oh, how? I have no interest in Filipino Now I just want to turn the game off. I'm not having fun with this anymore.
Okay, that's where that is. Rockman, do you know where, like, Jefferson Park is? It's south of you.
The city?
Like, the area? Where is it? Okay, how about, Skokie?
Yeah.
Is that... Okay. So, both of the, that restaurant that Cloxington is talking about, pretty much both of them are in, how do you pronounce it? Skokie?
Skokie?
Skokie. Like, one is kind of more like in Skokie, and the other one's more south of Skokie. But still, like, within reasonable distance. I noticed it was also south of the, ghetto. Wink, wink. You know what ghetto I mean.
Yes.
I find that hilarious, by the way. And I know your mom's probably annoyed that I find that hilarious.
what they did when you lock this onto Sonic and Knuckles, the game is easier. That is 100% for sure.
I don't think people were arguing that with you. I think it's one of those.
I didn't think it was true.
Did Santa go crazy? Do the elves work for the postal service now? Hey, Cobra.
God, Cobra's here.
Uh-huh. So, Rockman doesn't have all of the emeralds, and he's very upset with himself. No, mine would be worse. You know very well mine would be worse, so don't even go there. That should brighten your mood.
It's taken me an hour and 53 minutes to get to this final boss, Cobra, and I think the last hour was just in Launch Phase Zone Act 2, playing it over and over and over and over and over again, because I kept dying, sending me back to the fucking start of the level. And yes, I could not get 2 of the emeralds. My special stages were disgusting.
You got lost. A lot.
And I would not be surprised if I have 14 lives, and I would not be surprised if I game over on this boss.
You pretty much figure it's because I'm distracting.
I suck and I have no business streaming this game.
No, you can only say that about you streaming like Pokemon or something.
Did I just fucking beat it?
I don't know. Did you? Die! By the way, I did the same thing with snowboarding. I was kind of like, well, like, you were kind of like, Cobra's gonna go live and blah blah. And I'm like, it's gonna take me that long to finish this, and then I like beat it.
Something Cobra has never seen before. Sonic bro-fisted the camera because he did not have all the emeralds. Cobra, how long till you go live?
Well, he probably just got home and he's eating food or something.
Well, I'm just gonna leave the credits roll in BRP because I need to.
Why did that all of a sudden go to all caps, Cobra? Like halfway through? Hey, Sunrise. How are you? You're eating a building? You shouldn't eat a building, Cobra. Unless you need, like, a very high amount of fiber. Hi, puppy. And now my puppies got up, so they're gonna want me to do stuff. Does that mean I have to go do stuff, puppies? I think I'm kinda hungry. I might go get myself food. Puppy! Puppy! You were in trouble earlier. You were not listening to me and coming back inside when I said inside. No. You decided I'm not gonna listen to sister today. Yes, you did that. You know you did. Yeah. Yeah, I see a little tail going down slightly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, my Zuzu puppy. Rawr. Yes, Spinball should be next. Rockman's BRB, I'm going to BRB, so.
Hey Sunrose, how's it going? White Castle, nice.
Yeah, he ate a whole castle. Brick and mortar and all that shit.
So Cobra, this copy is the one I got used, and at the start of the stream, I deleted the files. Well, now I need to go back and get those other emeralds at some point. Maybe some other time. But yeah, Cobra, how long till your stream starts? Because I just want to know how much of Spinball you'll actually get to see. Like the first level, the first 2 levels. What do you mean you ate White Castle at 4? What the hell are you talking about?
You ate a building. Okay. Don't believe.
Yeah, that'd probably be somewhere in level 2 by then, I would think. But yeah, I streamed this game like a year ago on console and made it to the final level and game over, and then I had to use a code. Might have been a game genie code, I don't remember. So yeah, I'm just gonna do one run of this, and either I beat the game or I game over, and then I'll go raid Cobra. That's it. I love this game's music.
We better off not hear it.
Excuse me.
Too bad I can't hear it.
Of course, I'm gonna do terrible. But if you don't know how this game works, real quick, there's only 4 levels. You have to get the Chaos Emeralds to unlock access to the boss. The boss is pretty much. Then you can't get to the boss, and you can't beat the boss, and you can't move on. In levels 1 and 2, there's 3 emeralds. In levels 3 and 4, there's 5 emeralds. It's like almost impossible to get a 1-up, but it's very difficult to die in the first 3 levels, but it's very easy to die in the 4th level. That's the problem. So I think it's messing me up that I'm not sitting centered.
So yeah, this level is the only level I remember of Spinball. How many levels are there?
See, this is what I was talking about earlier.
What? Oh, I wouldn't know that answer if I was paying attention.
I'm going to go back to the past broadcast and I'm going to highlight and I'm going to show you.
On the lot. What?
Just like when I say something and then like less than a minute later you ask a question that I just answered.
Okay, you do the same thing to me in my streams. You have done the same thing. I can't think of a specific example, but you have done the same thing. And by the way, I do that even if I'm like I'll be in the room, and if I'm like reading a book or something and my parents talk to me, I'll look up and be like, what? And they've had like an entire conversation with me, and I just wasn't listening.
Yeah, but I understand.
Hi, dude.
Hey, dude.
I'm annoying Rockman today.
The point is, we were literally just talking about you saying, I can multitask. I can watch a TV show and I can do whatever and still know what's going on. Except you've proven yourself that that's impossible because no one can do that.
Like a TV show, I can pretty much follow along sometimes if I can just hear what people are talking about. Games don't have that. This doesn't have that.
It's not the game, it's me.
Yeah, well.
I'm pretty sure I said this verbatim. If you don't know how this game works, this game has 4 levels. And then I said all about it. And then you literally asked me how many levels the game has.
It was really fun. I was watching my stream to see if I wanted to make highlights last night, and so it's like I'm listening to Rock ask questions that he's not actually asking, like while I'm on Skype with him. And so I was answering his questions that he wasn't asking. It was kind of funny.
I'm I make no qualms about I cannot multitask. I am paying attention to the game, and I'm also like, in order for me to talk to chat, I have to pause and just go back and.
Awesome, Sonny.
You came home and saw the wrapper for a certain sausage pizza sitting on the counter. Are you talking
You know
about?
what that means, right?
Are you talking about the Giordano's?
I know what that meant, dude.
Because it's just the way.
Like how? Like what other pizza would he say that to in this particular stream?
Yeah, but just the way he said it, it sounds like, shouldn't it be his decision when that happens? It seems like, oh, well, I guess my mom decided to make it today, so that's what we're having.
I think Doom's just happy that food is presented to him every day. Like, I see your point, but I think Doom may live in a world of food! It magically appeared. Thank you, magical food fairy.
And Doom, what did you walk into? I don't know. This whole stream is fucked up. The whole day just pissed me off, and the stream kind of annoyed me. You missed me playing Sonic 3, and you'll be happy you did because I sucked, and I don't know, me and Song are just arguing for the sake of arguing. I don't know what's going on anymore.
There are crumbs falling down my shirt and on my boots.
Just like that, the argument is forgotten.
Ta-da!
I'm kidding, the argument's not forgotten.
Lie to me. Lie to me. I will share my sandwich with the puppies, not Rockman. Rockman probably don't want my sandwich anyways in Arby's.
Well, I know my mom wouldn't like it. And by the way, dude, when you first said something awesome is happening tonight, I was like, another Doom test stream? That's literally the only awesome thing. Like, it was just so good to see an actual Doom stream last night. Even though it was short or whatever. It was just fun. And that's the first level.
It's a robotic spider.
It's Robo Scorpinus. I'm sure I used to call that as a kid.
I was about to say, that's spelled penis, like P-E-N-I-S.
Yes. Yeah, well, according to Steffi's tweet from a few days ago, there is supposed to be a barbecue tonight. But as we all know, whether or not Steffi tweets has, little to no bearing on whether there's actually going to be a stream. Let's see. Her pinned tweet says Hollow Knight tonight and tomorrow. Thursday is supposed to be Retro Night. And Friday is possible. But like I said, who the fuck knows?
I ate all the food, puppies. And I shared, so you can't look at me that pitifully. Their tails are down, and they're just looking so sad that I ate my own dinner.
Well, after each level, except the final level, there's this bonus game that happens. And I suck at it. Just like real pinball. Hold on, I'm getting Skype. So Doom, you're having the Giordano sausage pizza then. What wine are you gonna have with it? And I wish you could live stream it. No, I'm getting hungry. By wine, I meant whatever beverage. It's gotta be special, right? Gotcha! Whoa. Pizza and beer last night, and by beer I mean root beer. A&W root beer in a can, sadly, not in a frosty glass of marble. And it was, well, yeah, I already talked about that. Uh-oh. Going down, question mark? This is very, very bad. Fall back down here. Are you kidding me? I have to open the door again? That's ridiculous. Should not fall down here. Tonight for dinner I had meatloaf and broccoli. Not falling down is extremely important in this game. See, another thing about Song and me and how we eat is I love leftovers, and she doesn't. Like, I think she'll eat leftovers, like, maybe once. Like, if she has leftovers and, like, she's feeling in the mood the next day, then she'll eat them. But if not, then it's like, throw it out. Whereas I'm like, always save food, eat leftovers, never throw anything away unless it's gone bad. I can eat the same meal for 4 days in a row. Like, I'll cook spaghetti, and it'll be enough spaghetti for me to eat it for 4 days in a row, and I'm fine with that.
Ugh. Are you talking now about how that would drive me insane?
Yes.
It would drive me insane.
I don't see how you're not driven insane cooking like 6 times a week instead of...
I am driven insane cooking 6 times a week.
Whoa.
I don't have much of a choice with my parents' diet, though.
Well, what if it was just you and me?
Then there will be simpler meals sometimes, like, oh, tonight we're just going to have a sandwich. Like,
sandwich for dinner? Were you a Philistine?
Sure.
And if you're wondering what enemy this is, Cobra, this is the evil Flow Boiler.
But someone question, if you had a friend... Oh! No, so Platinum's in. So yeah, I've had lots of my friends hate my boyfriends. That's not... Like, that... It's one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, that happens all the time. And that's pretty much what it boils down to. I mean, it's usually kind of like, well, I don't like all the traits and qualities about him, but at the same time, you don't like all the traits and qualities of my boyfriend, so it's just kind of a, like, no one's perfect. So it's, Rockman hasn't met too many of my friends, obviously, because lots of them are spread out now. But, the ones he has met have liked him. Like my friends that I knew before Twitch. But no, I've had like a good friend. I had, this couple who I, like, played D&D a lot with and stuff. They didn't particularly like my college boyfriend. Which was fine. I'd be like, well, I'm going to y'all's house to, like, play D&D. He's not coming over. He doesn't like D&D. So it's kind of like I hung out with them separate than being with him. Although sometimes, like, I was with him and around them, and they were just kind of like, okay, whatever. It was never, like, an awkward or bad situation. Never had to deal with that or something. Oh, I had, so, a high school boyfriend of mine, a boyfriend that I dated for about 2 years, and we broke up, like, probably in March of my senior year of high school. Most of my friends, like, my close friends knew we had broken up, but it was not something I generally talked about, and I was mentioning it on the senior bus going to our, like, senior class trip, which was to Busch Gardens. Oh yeah, you know which Busch Gardens this class was in. And so I was talking about it, and a friend of mine who was in front of me, like, turned around with this excited face, like, oh, you broke up? That's fantastic! I hated him so much! He was just ecstatic to tell me how much he hated him. And I was just laughing, like, I kinda knew that already, and it didn't bother me. But he was just, like, so happy to tell me how much. And it was just so hilarious. I was like, I'm glad you've gotten this out of your system now. But it's one of those things where even, like, I think my friends would be more upset if they thought I was dating a bad person than someone that they just didn't particularly like or get along with. If it was someone they just didn't like or get along with, then that's one of those things where it's like, well, you deal with the fact you're not with them or anything. But if it was like something was actually, like, bad happening, that's where the line is, like, drawn for that. Yeah, this father, did you tell Doom that I don't like meatloaf and that you like meatloaf?
I think I said, yeah, when you were gone, I said I had meatloaf and broccoli for dinner tonight, and that you don't like meatloaf. You ever have too much slamming and jamming? I mean, really?
Not in the bedroom. I don't know what y'all are talking about. That is weird. Yeah, if people are angry over such little things like that, I'm busy in this, like, well, it's like, then you're not worth my time. You clearly do not value my friendship. And it's kind of like, what if you hadn't said why? People make those little mistakes all the time. That's not... I was kind of like, there are far bigger, like, no-nos of friendship than that. That's silly. Yes, I totally had to deal with people who took it. Okay, oh, here's one. I think I've told the story before, but it still stuck with me because it was just like crazy. I'm just looking at this person incredibly. What's the word I'm trying to say? Incredulously? Is that a word?
Yeah.
Okay, that word. Anyway, hey, Darkira. So I'm going to. I'm in college. Like, the only thing to do in college, like around where my college was like go to Walmart. So I'm going to Walmart to actually buy things. Like, I'm not going there just because I'm bored. I had a list, maybe like a grocery list or something, and I'm leaving from my apartment to go to Walmart. I get there with my friend who, it's kind of like, well, we might as well like double up and go there together, like one trip, one gas tank, whatever, and one, oh, bite him. And so we see another acquaintance of ours, I say acquaintance very loosely, unfortunately, come out, and she's with a friend, and like the first thing she says is, oh, y'all didn't tell me you were going to Walmart, like, why didn't you tell me? I would have come and stuff. And she was just at Walmart with someone else. Like, she was accusing us of not telling her we went to Walmart, as in, like, we were doing a social occasion and we didn't invite her. Brock's just not talking because I'm talking over him.
And I'm trying to concentrate on this horrible level. It's just killed me again.
Anyway, so we're just kind of like staring at her like in this, like, this isn't a social occasion what we're doing. Besides which, she was there with a friend. It's like she's accusing us of doing something when it's like, you're out with a friend. Why are we supposed to tell you our every move? Like our social calendar should include you with everything. It was just one of those things where, like, we're just going to Walmart to buy groceries. It was really weird. It was one of those, like, small things. It's like, how did that be a big thing? Because they always, like, the small things became a big thing. Yeah, I was in a tiny college town. It was tiny Claxington.
Excuse me. At least your college town had a Walmart.
Exactly. Well, it's just kind of like, what the hell? I said acquaintance, by the way, because, we knew the person very, very, very well, and actually eventually became a roommate of the person I was with. But it was not necessarily by, like it's kind of like all of us were too nice, but at the same time we figured out early on how to not let the person like walk over us. It was kind of like we just learned, we were like, no, 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 no. We had no problems telling this person no. And they needed to hear that over and over again. It's like, no, you cannot do that. Can I have your leather jacket? No. No, you may not. You have known me for 2 weeks, and I'm a freshman in college, and it's like, no, you cannot have this leather jacket.
That Cobra was a fatal mistake. The worst thing you can do in this game is fall down.
Especially if you're tall.
Where I want to be. I have never sucked this hard at this level, ever! No, this is not the last stage. This is level 3. I should not be screwing this up. This is easy compared to level 4. That's where I should actually be dying. No! Never gonna beat this game, ever. Where am I supposed to even shoot? I don't know who you're typing at.
I'm telling Claxington another college story and didn't want to like over whatever your stream again, so I'm just typing it out.
Hey, Emperor. So there's 2 emeralds left. One of them is in the center of the animal prison, which I should have got before, but I completely blew it and failed and got sent down and died. And then the other one is in one of these tracks, and I don't know which one, and it's not that one, clearly. These enemies have respawned, I have no idea. There it is. That just leaves the one in the center. It's right in the middle of this area. And that thing.
Hey.
And I blew it again. Same exact blew it. So it teleported me over here. Jesus Christ.
Enema Bandit?
What?
What?
How? I'm lost. I don't know where to go. I'm stuck. I'm screwed. I'm supposed to go this way. There we go. Jesus Christ.
You don't know where you're supposed to go. No. This should not be this difficult. Final emerald, finally! It's cheap and unfair. No surprise with this game. I don't even know what to do here. Normally I go on the complete opposite side of the level. I'm totally confused. I don't know what to do here. On the right side of the level, it's completely different and easy. I have to do this again. And I'm dead. I died again. I cannot believe this. I've died so many times in this level. I don't want to play this game anymore. Should be able to get to level 4 without dying once. Dead again. Game over.
Disgusting and pathetic.
I'm kind of glad you don't do speedruns.
That's the end of the stream, everyone. We're done. Somebody please come up with a game that I can actually stream and play and actually makes me happy and I actually don't suck at, because I don't know what that is anymore. Not yet. He's got a few minutes to go live. And I don't want to play Donkey Kong. Do Zelda 1, I guess. I don't want to play Vice City. Some of these games is just too soon. I just don't feel like playing. I don't know. I guess. I don't know.
Forcing yourself to play a game is what's going to make it not enjoyable.
We're going to raid Cobra when he goes live in a minute. My next stream will be with Ratmus on Thursday. I know that. He'll be playing Batman. And after Cobra, who knows?
Cobra is technically live right now.
Alright, so thanks everyone for watching. We're going to raid Cobra. He'll never see it coming.
I don't think he expects it right now. So.
The end.